Yo, what's up? As you can see, we're going to talk about the 4 focal points in a bad relationship. So let's get it. The first focal point is don't let a bad relationship make you a bad person. Well, anybody who has dated or will date will inevitably have relationships that don't work out. That could also be friendships. This could also be family interaction. Sometimes chemistry don't chemistry and things can get sour, but don't let a sour situation make you a sour person. That's the first focal point. Second focal point is to determine the circumstances. Why is it sour? What's sour about it? Why is the relationship bad? What is not working out about the relationship? And this is necessary. It's absolutely necessary for you to gain some clarity and some understanding, gain some wisdom out of the situation so you can prevent these type of things in the future or, apply the solution if this is a situation or a relationship that you care about or, you see yourself continuing in. The third focal point is to apply the cure or, try to solve the problem after you have assessed the situation and you know what's going on. Once you know the problem, then my belief is once you know the problem, you know the fix. So you know exactly what to do, how to do it, when to do it. Try it, apply the cure. That's the third focal point. That doesn't mean that necessarily it will work, but at least you try it, you feel me? And try it genuinely and sincerely. Don't, just try it genuinely, don't be sour. And the fourth focal point for you in a bad relationship is to stay in alignment. Keep your mind right, keep your body right, keep your spirit right. Keep all of your things level. Maintain your moderation and don't let it get you out of whack. It's essentially the same as the first focal point of don't let a bad relationship make you a bad person, which is double down on it, you feel me? Especially if you recognize you're in a shitty relationship. You kept your cool. You assessed what was going on. You tried to make the shit work and it still kind of, doesn't, and nothing changed and things of that nature, double down on it. This way of willpower will come in at, and this is a level of willpower that will expand for you and will provide you with greater opportunities in the future and greater power and potential to do other things once it fails, especially if it's not your fault. So, if it's not your fault, if you have assessed the situation and it's not your fault, especially, it will fail, but as long as you maintain yourself, you won't fail. You won't fail. You'll learn, you grow, you feel me? So I do want to kind of go back and I'm going to talk about some situations. I'm going to give you my situation first and foremost because maybe some of you can relate to it. So first of all, I'm going to use these cards, right? I got 2 cards, Joker cards. One is red and one is black. They ain't no big or little, they equal, right? But we'll just say the red and one is black. So it takes 2 people to make a relationship, right? It takes 2 people to make a relationship. It's not even, for you to have a relationship with yourself, you have to go outside of yourself and know who you are and observe yourself and how you react and how you think of things of that nature. It takes essentially a divide. It takes division. It takes a split. It takes 2 to make a relationship. So, but in a healthy relationship, each of these individuals will have both of these cards balanced. They will have a feminine, the queen. They will have the feminine element of themselves, and they will have a healthy relationship with that. And they will also have the masculine aspect of themselves, and they will have a healthy relationship with that. Now, what is the feminine? The feminine is the ability to follow, the ability to listen. This is where some of the spiritual abilities that come with the divine feminine is intuition, to be able to receive messages, also empathy, the ability to receive, other people's feelings and feel how they feel. And this is receiving part of it spiritually, right? And then you got the masculine, and this is the ability to lead. Feminine is follow, masculine is lead. A healthy individual has a healthy amount of both of them, both of them, to be full in your essence. And get this card. This is God power. So both individuals need both of these cards equally, healthily. And when they do, the light bulb gets discarded. So also, let me go back. Some of the spiritual elements of the masculine is like the ability to channel. You feel me? Channeling is expressing. Masculine is direct. It is outward energy. Channeling being the embodiment for things to flow through you. You feel me? But anyway, so in my situation, right, let's just say I'm the red joker. And I got the queen, I got the king. I'm a great listener. I'm also a great leader. I'm a great teacher. So I got this card too. But my partner has this card, great light, but disabled with this card. This card is not embodied within her body, right? Like, in order for this to be active, it takes outsiders to do that masculinity thing for her. She got the feminine, right? She got the feminine ability to listen and follow and shit is great. But the masculinity, the ability to take charge of one's own life is lacking, or we'll say disabled, right? And so when it is, I can't even say it's fully enabled, but the perception of when this is enabled, somebody else does it for her. So just a family, I would say, I think from my assessment, her root of it all is the family. And yeah, I'm peeping. I got this card, so I peep a lot of things, and I might, point out some things in this video. Oh, fucking well. This is kind of like a tarot reading, but this just real life shit. So the black joker, she got the queen, that's good, but this is disabled, right? And in order for her to enable it, or it feels like the belief is, in order for me to enable this, I don't do it, somebody else does it for me, be it my immediate family or friends or whatever. When I have to express something, when I'm feeling like I need masculinity in my life, somebody else will do that for me. This is an unhealthy relationship with their own personal masculinity. So what does this do for me? Well, first of all, she also doesn't get this card because you got to have both of them to get this card. But what that does for me is will put me into a situation, right, where her masculinity is lacking. Where there is lack in life, there will be something to compensate for the lack. Being that I was her partner and was her partner, I would have to be the individual to make up for her lack of masculinity. So now, what my normal balance of masculinity is, I have to increase it. Now, me being a balanced individual means that I also have to increase my femininity as well in order to stay balanced. In order to increase my femininity, now I'm receiving much more messages from spirit and, much more clear about what's going on in life, and I appreciate that. You feel me? It's tapped me into a completely different level of spirituality in life, and I appreciate it. But it was necessary in order for me to up my masculinity, I also had to up my femininity in order to maintain my balance. But this could make overactivity. Now I'm doing too much, and it's easy to get burnt out when you're going above and beyond and carrying the weight of others. You feel me? So one downside of that is burnout and overactivity just to keep your own balance. Now it does give you greater ascension, but at what cost? You feel me? And the other side of that, the other side of her having a kind of like a disabled or a lower masculinity is that I had it earlier, but I can't think of it right now. But anyway, so the circumstances is this, right? I'm good, I'm straight, I'm balanced, I'm healthy, I'm raw. On the other end of it, not so much, right? And we got children and shit. So the children aspect of this comes in. In order for you to raise children, children also take a lot of masculinity because you have to lead them. You feel me? They haven't been in this world, in this reality long enough to really know, and you have to guide them, you have to lead them. Now, if your relationship with your own personal masculinity is fucked up, I'm gonna tell you firsthand what I know. God is gonna do everything he can to try to help you, and I did that or whatever. But the children part of it, right? So if you can't just step in the lead, if you're, or man, fuck that shit, because her masculinity is lower than what it needs to be healthy and balanced, when she does enact it, she overacts it. She has to overdo it to compensate for the weakness or its debilitation. So when having children, this will bring a lot of hitting. I've been an individual. I done did a lot of hitting. It was more so with an animal though than my own. You feel me? And even I have raised other people's children. I didn't do a lot of hitting. But in order for the masculinity to come in, it would be just kind of toxic, man. It'll be toxic. And like I said, if it's meant to fail, it's gonna fail. You just maintain. So for me, I was just maintain, right? Early in my relationship, everything was good, and then all of a sudden, the perspective of me is that my masculinity is fucked up. It was really a projection, though. Yeah, after a certain period of time, she was projecting onto me that, oh, I'm just fucked up. I don't know how to lead. I'm abusive, never physically, but I'm abusive. I'm a bad leader. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad husband. I'm no good, right? So, you know, I'm the type of nigga, I'm the type of man, I'm the type of person. You know, if I'm not working out for you, just go ahead, do your thing. And so I let her be to do her thing. She left, and she took our child with her. Now, did it hurt me? Of course it hurt me. I would definitely, you know, I plan to spend time and be in my child's life, but I know a principle and a law about life is the more you cling to a thing, you try to hold on to it, and you try to stop it from happening, the worse it'll be when it does happen, because it's just gonna happen. So let go and receive. I let it go. I let it go, and I will continue to let it go till I know, and it comes and it happens naturally for me to have and be there. But anyway, I'm this fucked up person, right? So she left based off of the fact that I'm this fucked up man. I don't know how to be a man. I'm overdoing it. Whoop, right? All this negative shit. But then, so now she gets in this role. Now she got to do it right. Now I'm not the man of her life. Now she got to be a man. Essentially, you got a child and shit like that. You got to be a man. And she had made a lot of choices and things of that nature. I ain't really gonna rag on her, but it is what it is. It's bound to fail, because the truth of the matter underhanded is that it was you and your relationship with your own masculinity. Now, also, I'm this fucked up man. I don't know how to do masculinity, etc., etc. But then you will go out and say and tell many people, I'm this great father. How can I be such a great father that don't even align? I'm a great father in reference to teaching and love and whoop de whoop. Everything about me as being a man to raise, lead, and guide our child is great. How does that make sense? It doesn't. You feel me? This is also, the masculine is logical, right? It's illogical. Everything, I ain't gonna say everything, but damn near everything that is said and all of the actions that are taken continuously show the, like I say, debilitated masculinity within her. And, you know, for those who were fooled at first, or, you know, really just those who were out of loyalty, we'll say, out of loyalty, those who was wanting to, you know, just have a side and be there for her and shit like that, like, they really was trying hard to put that shit on me, but, you know, time tells all, and the truth just gonna reveal itself. And it just revealed itself. Some people still have an issue with the truth, and the truth being that, you know, it was her, and has been her, and I would say even still will be. But, you know, I was sent. I was sent to help and to heal, you know, masculinity, and, you know, to have. Not just her, man. It's been many of women's lives that I've been in to help them to be more balanced, and especially with their own masculinity within themselves. That's my role here. That's my spiritual job here. But it is what it is. Those who will continue to try, you know, the loyalty, the ones that are loyal to her, who continue to try to step in off the strength and to be her masculinity, who essentially enable her to be broken continuously. Well, they're going against the will, and it's just not good, man. It's not good. Anyway, so that was my situation, the circumstances. The circumstances was that the masculinity was fucked up, but the person who I chose to be with, I didn't see that at first. I was young. In my awareness, in my patience, and a lot of things, you know, I had to develop myself. That's my own fault. The accountability for me. Lust. But, you know, also, it wasn't really planned to be like a long-term thing. It just kind of fell into place. Everything happened. So it is what it is. But the cure for me was to, you know, one, express what I see. You feel me? To let it be known what the truth is, or what my truth is, we'll say, about the situation, and to try to help individuals to be more masculine. But, you know, I can't do it for nobody, and none of us can do a thing for another person. We also don't have their biological setup, their physiological setup. So none of us can do it how a person needs it to be done, but God. And I believe in God heavy, like, I know the God is heavy, like. But anyway, it's just a little bit of personal transparency to add along to my 4 focal points of being in a bad relationship. What you should focus on. You should focus on still being a genuine person, still being an honest person, still being a good person. Knowing what the fuck is going on continuously. It's not a one resolve fixes all things, you know, because some things change. It might be in very small increments, but some things change and sometimes it don't. But you still just need to know at all times what the fuck is going on, period. And at least for a while, at least a couple attempts, try to heal and fix the situation the best way that you know how. Genuinely. And you know, if things don't change, depending on, you know, your time and your effort and things like that, well, just keep doing you. If the problem is you, apply the fucking fix to yourself. Cause you will learn about yourself as well. The problem was never all the other person. Like I said no later than 2 or 3 minutes ago, accountability. I was lacking in my patience and my ability to see certain things. I was lacking in my education of individuals and masculine and feminine energy and things of that nature. I have learned a whole lot, and I appreciate it. So apply the cure to yourself. Try to help the other individual apply the cure to themselves. Do what the fuck you can. If you've done everything that you can and it still don't work, just revert back to focal point number 1. Be a good person. Stay genuine. Keep your mind, keep your body, and keep your spirit. Stay healthy in all of them. And, you know, continue to be productive, man. Be productive. Especially if you're a water sign. I integrated astrology into my life to a fairly decent amount. And if you're a water sign, stay in motion. Stay in motion, because if you do not stay in motion, you will sit and you will fester and you will just degrade very fast. Stay in motion and stay productive. Stay in motion and stay productive. That go for everybody, but particularly for water signs. And I would say even Taurus individuals. Capricorn, not so much. They're going to pretty much stay busy. They're going to stay busy doing some shit. Virgo, to an extent, to a large extent, they will stay busy and they will stay active. But Taurus, stay busy. Water signs of Taurus, stay busy, stay active. Everybody else, you should be straight. And anyway, the 4 focal points of being in a bad relationship: stay dangerous.